Afternoon, and thanks for joining us right here on Midday Kentucky, which is going to be a fantastic show, people. I've got to tell you about two major giveaways that we are doing. I'm excited. You have to watch the whole show because you never know when it's going to happen. 1 year voucher of free eating at Ted's Montana, people.
What?
1 year. Can you believe that?
Yeah.
And then also we're giving away another $100 voucher as well. That's good, but you've got to keep watching. You never know when it's going to happen. Hey, how are we both?
Doing great.
Isn't it a beautiful day
pretty
out?
good Friday Eve. It's gorgeous
Friday,
outside.
It always throws me when
shining.
you say that because I think to myself it's Friday.
No, Friday Eve.
Yeah, it's Friday Eve, people.
It kind of tricks us, though. It
Yeah,
keeps
tricks
us in
you.
that good party mood, you know?
I know. Hey, I'm going to kick this off because we've got a lot to talk about today.
Okay.
And I want to tell you about something that I find a little bit disturbing. It'd be interesting to hear what you guys say about it. Being a single mum is hard. Being a single mum and trying to date is even harder. Well, self-described self-love ambassador and online personality Derek Jacks can appreciate this. Well, so he says, and has a few things to say about it in a video that he posted online. But the challenge was that he had to basically say why it was good to date single mums. Now, when I went online and watched it, I actually felt offended for the single mums.
Really?
Okay, he was saying that these are the reasons why you should date, I was going to say married mothers, why you should date a single mother. Here's the first one. Used to cooking without being prompted. So basically what he's saying is that, you know, she's got kids, so she'll cook for you every night.
Right,
Agree?
right. Yeah.
I don't know. Do you think that's a bad one? Not financially irresponsible. I sort of get that. But I still don't think that's a reason that you... I don't know. You need to go online and look at the video. Doesn't go out clubbing. Well, that could be an okay thing. Not judgmental. I know single mums that are judgmental and single people as well. You get to see how she treats kids, makes... due on their own without child support. Okay, so what they're doing is basically saying that they don't need to have a man around, the father of their children, because they will make do. Okay? At least likely to run out at first sign of trouble. So what he's saying on that one was these are the impressions that I'm getting. These are the words that he said, but this is the impression that I took from it, especially this one. He's basically saying that the single mother will probably put up with a lot more because she has kids and she's used to putting up with stuff, and she won't say get out at the first sign of trouble. She'll put up with his trouble.
I think some of this holds some truth, though, in a positive way. I think, you know, I have a lot of single male friends that would not date a single mother. They think, oh, she already has kids, that's so much work, it's too much. But there can be some wonderful qualities, and that doesn't have to necessarily be negative. Like, for example, not being judgmental. It could just be once you've learned to open your heart up to a child, they are just more accepting of different ways of life and things like that, or being more financially irresponsible. You're responsible for another human life that maybe, I think some of his points were a little sexist, but some of them, I think he was just saying, don't discount someone because they have a child. It could be a bonus.
So you took it that way.
Yes.
See, I took it as him being a little bit snide. Do you know what I mean?
A little bit, but I think his tone was, but just for the average person, if you take just the words on the paper, you could say there are, you know, some good qualities to single parents.
Well, I think, you know, I think that I don't think it was that demeaning, I guess, the way I know that you did kind of take it that way. I really didn't. I except for the first one, maybe the cooking, you know, that he wanted cooked meals. I kind of get that he was being a little bit.
It leaves you out of the loop, I guess.
Yeah.
On two of things. You're married and you don't cook.
Exactly. I cook a little bit.
I know.
Oh,
just a little.
But
just a smidge.
You know, I thought the rest of it, though, you know, I feel like he has a point there. I mean, he really does. The financial responsibility. To me, it was all talking about how responsible she was, and or that a single mom is, you know, in taking care of their kids and their household.
No, I got that
and
part,
all of
but
that.
I just thought he was being. I got that he was making fun of it and saying, hey guys, you're going to have an easy ride if you hook up with a married woman with kids. Like it's not going to be as much work for you.
Right.
Yeah.
That's how.
I
That's
like
the-
the one where
I can
he
see
said
that.
that you can see how she already treats a child, how she is as a mother. So if you're wanting to get married or have kids with this person, you can already see. You have a window into what life would be like, how they would treat your child together. So I think if you're a man wanting a wife and kids, you can see she's already a great mother.
Yeah.
Maybe I was overthinking it.
Well, he might have been.
Well, no, I do think some of his tone, if you watch
Yes.
the video, the way he said it. So I agree with how I would interpret what he said. I just mean for people at home, maybe thinking of dating a single parent, some of those could be a bonus.
Okay, or a single parent, know what guys are looking for, so be it. Who knows? Hey, head over to our Facebook page at Midday Kentucky. Tell us what you think. Madam put the clip up there, so let us know on your
take a look
comments.
at
We're talking about privileged teens now, and I want to understand what you mean by this, Lisa.
Oh, wow. This was really interesting. I came across a study that was done on teenagers from affluent families and households. And what they found, they were looking at drug addiction and as far as the future of all children, once they're from high school all the way until they're 28 years old. They wanted to find out what the results were as far as whether you're from an affluent area or whether you're from a impoverished area, who was at higher risk of drug addiction. And what they found, and this was Columbia University did this study, and they analyzed these students, but what they found was that 40% of the men that attended schools in privileged areas and 24% of women from affluent schools were more likely, and this is 3 times more likely, to become addicted to drugs or alcohol by the time they were 26 years old.
Because they can afford it, do you think?
Well, and they looked at that. What they said was it could have been what they decided that this was based on was the fact that they had more disposable income, based on the fact that the family was more affluent. Also, the pressures that the parents are putting on them to succeed at these exclusive schools because they want them to go to exclusive universities, and it's very competitive to get into universities, as we all know. So they put a lot of pressure on the kids, and so the kids are self-medicating, and this is the results of it.
And what sort of drugs were they doing, like marijuana or opioids?
They were doing prescription and recreational drugs and alcohol as well.
Interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not surprised by that, and of course, addiction does not discriminate. And so, if you have more of a disposable income to spend, I'm not surprised by that. I would have thought maybe it's just more equal, but yeah, I'm not surprised by that.
Well, I think being from a privileged background just allows you to have a better quality of drug in their mind. I think it's interesting that the study found that the men are 40% more, and women, I think you said 26%. But I also think people from a community that isn't so wealthy, that they may be doing drugs that are a little bit more mixed.
Exactly.
And we're not hearing about it because I think at the colleges that, these are slightly more affluent than, I know you get college loans and things like that, but it would have been interesting to see if they did a study on the underprivileged.
Well, they did. They looked at all students.
And what did they find from that?
It wasn't what the results were is the 40% that 40% of men from these affluent areas. Now they didn't look at
will be addicted more than the underprivileged.
Exactly.
Interesting. I find
And
that
so
really interesting.
and with that, I was surprised because I really. In underprivileged areas, I mean, drug addiction, it's still there.
Yeah.
And
we think it's more there.
Well, I didn't think
what
that
I mean?
it's more there, but I just would assume that kids are going to access this regardless, whether it's expensive or whether it's inexpensive. There's many drugs that are very inexpensive that are at their disposal.
Yes, but that's what I mean by saying we think it's that because it's what we get told.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Right.
You never really think about wealthier people because that's not such in the limelight. They always seem to target the underprivileged is what we see.
Yes.
So we think the underprivileged kids are drug addicts and they're causing dramas and there's issues. Well, guess what? It's actually not.
It's all across the board.
Amazing information. Hey guys, well, there's the bell, people. You've got to call this number right now on the screen, 859-566-3636. And the second person to call, I should say, wins a $100 voucher from Ted's Montana Grill. 859-566-3636. Say hello to Sam, our producer. Say hello to him. Good luck, everyone. Hey, I found this really interesting as well, Katie. And not that you're ever late, but there are quite a few people that keep us waiting.
That's very true. I'm never late. So I do.
Are you a late person?
No, you always think I am, and I'm here 10 minutes early.
Or maybe because you don't say good morning. Boom,
You didn't want me to.
Troy
You're too
is
busy for me.
Troy is very punctual. So I want to get your guys' take on this. A blog that I saw online. This woman was saying she's now finding it so disrespectful of her friends that are late, even if it's just 5 minutes. And she says a text is not an excuse. Where she feels that her friends, by saying, "Hey, I'm going to be 5 minutes late to lunch," that's not enough. They've disrespected her by doing that. What do you think?
Well, hold on. She texts them.
They text her. You know, she's saying, even if you're running late, just because you texted me and said you're 5 minutes late doesn't
give
mean you have not disrespected me by
Right.
being late. But these are her good friends. So I kind of wanted to know, what do you guys think, and what's the window of what's acceptable to be late, and does a text get you off the hook?
You know what? I think a text should, but 5 minutes. 5 minutes is
5
one
minutes means
thing.
you could have just not dropped. You could have dropped your keys.
Right. I mean,
what I mean?
5 minutes to me isn't a big deal. I think when it gets into 15 minutes, probably,
yeah.
I would be.
Yeah, I think
would be a bit
10
miffed.
is the window for me.
Can I just say this? If you're finished your first drink waiting for someone, you shouldn't be turning up to the table.
Well, if this is a date or is it meeting a friend? If it's a date, don't be 1 minute late.
Same
1
with a
minute
friend.
late, nope.
I think the same with a friend.
Okay.
It does irritate me. Irritate me like no belief that you are going to be late.
Even if
Irritates
there's
me.
a good reason?
Not
Well,
my
okay, but
problem.
what do you consider late? Like if we were meeting at 12 and I show up at 12:03, like
That's different.
Are you upset?
Like we said, I
or-
think five minutes.
So 5 minutes you think is
Yeah,
okay?
and look, I'm would be okay if I get a text message, but you know what I don't like?
Okay.
They say meet for 12 o'clock for lunch, and then at 12 o'clock they say, "Oh, I'm running 15 minutes late."
No,
Well,
you
you
know
should
what?
have sent me that message 15 minutes ago,
Right.
because now I have to sit at the restaurant for 15 minutes.
Yeah,
on
I
my
don't
own.
like getting the warning once I'm already there.
Yeah.
Right.
Like if we were supposed to meet at 12 and you texted me at 11:30, hey, let's make it 12:30, no big deal,
Well,
because
we've
I'll
done
just
that.
wait. But what's even worse is when you're meeting at 12, you get a text at 12, on my way.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I hate that. That's the
Well,
worst.
that's when I think it's rude.
Yeah, I
Do
do
you know
too.
what I mean?
I do too.
It irritates me because I think to myself, I get so anxious in a
Right.
restaurant or something like that, that they could be using the table for someone else. Or if you go to a restaurant that doesn't seat you until everyone is there. So you're left standing at the front on Facebook looking like one of those people that have no friends and all you do is sit on your phone.
Right.
Agree?
Agreed. I
But
totally
you also
agree.
then go to the phone to try and look busy and you're
Right.
popular. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm sending out all my secrets here right now, everyone. Hey, coming back after the break, everyone, we will be here with Dr. Barsha from the Anti-Aging Institute talking all about hyperhidrosis.
Yes.
If you have excess sweating under the arms, this is the procedure for you. Stick around, everyone. You're watching Midday Kentucky.